my dream, couldn't see my vision. Old school brawler, call me Sonny Liston.
Thought I did that trouble and I see you, boy.
Crying sometimes cause I be missing you. Remember eating rice and cornbread and having chicken soup. Granny used to call the house daily to check the chicken coop. Living life in the Ville as a kid, I never wanted to move. Mom, I really do miss you for the trust that you give. How a lady raised me as a man, I think that you did. And now that I made some bad decisions, but you still learned to love me. I was a bad boy, Mom, I did some stuff that was ugly. And though I lied to you so many times, you never turned against me. I done did that neighbor wrong, messing with Deuce and Lil Kenny. I knew you died in 2009, but I wanted to save you. I knew you're in heaven with your family, touch and kill that I'm praying. Man, they try to keep a brother down.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rio checking in, Black Dollars Media, Keep On Pushing interview series, and we here with another special edition with a special guest, Mr. Sway Foe, representing, putting on. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, G.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Sway Foe, representing Summerville, South Carolina, aka Mr. Full Clip. Let's go.
So, just a little anecdote for the people, for the listeners. When I was first starting out with the music thing, doing our little thing down there in Somerville, Mr. Sway actually is probably, you are the first producer that actually made me a real beat that I rapped over. That was an original working and introduced by my partner De Niro. And hey man, that shit was hard as fuck because you still had it.
Appreciate it.
You still had it, and you let me hit, and it was like, goddamn. But yeah, man, that was the first time that I rapped over an original beat. We was rapping, freestyling and stuff like that, and then rapping over other people's beats and instrumentals and stuff. But you was my first producer. You and then followed shortly by. I ain't gonna get his DJ Chaos.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Chaos, yeah.
See, I was looking for his real name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But DJ Chaos.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Chaos dope. Yeah.
So, with that being said, man,
Yeah.
what was life like growing up in Somerville?
Well, first I'm gonna say thank you for that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. We definitely have great memories, and your reason for mentioning that. And the same reason what started me for producing, so I appreciate that, for sure. A lot of people don't get that recognition until life is over, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that 100%, that's real. But in Somerville, my part of Somerville, I grew up, I wish Somerville, there's something I think about, I wish Somerville had the north side of Somerville and the south side of Somerville, or, East Somerville, or vice versa, but it don't. I grew up on the side, it's more countryside, towards the country. But then we had Bilo, Haven Oaks, Cambridge, Flowertown Village, Somerset, over there by the high school. And so...
That's how they celebrated. They say by the high school.
Yeah, by the high school, exactly, yeah. So for me, that community meant a lot for me. You know what I mean? I just remember everybody that was in the community, and I felt like Somerville had a different vibe back then, you know what I mean? I think everybody was good, I felt safe. We had all kind of stuff going on, but I felt safe, man. So that part of Somerville, I wish never changed, but it was a beautiful thing, though. It allowed me to experience some things a lot earlier than I probably should have, but it caused me to be wise early, But it was dope, man. Somerville, that side of Somerville just had a different vibe, I think, than the opposite side.
So, what school did you attend?
Well, all right, so starting out, went Niceville Elementary. So once again, it's right around the corner from what I'm speaking of. Went to Niceville Elementary. and then I went to DuBose Middle School, and then I went to Somerville High School. Well, I forgot to mention also I went to Give Hands, which is now I think it turned to a different type of school, whatever. I forgot what they call it. But I went to Give Hands in 4th grade before Niceville was converted to 1st through 5th grade.
So, to my understanding, Give Hands was a school for bad churn. You was one of the bad kids, nigga?
Yeah, but see, that's the funny thing about Give Hands. And see, like I said, my side of something, I was like, when my mom lived, it was more country. So when I went to Give Hands was only 4th and 5th grade. So you had Niceville had kindergarten or pre-K through 3rd grade, and then they had 4th and 5th. However, Give Hands had some stuff going on. They just had bathroom fights. I was in 4th grade. Bathroom fights was going on. I'm not gonna say nobody's name, but somebody got stabbed in the face with a fork. You know what I mean? It was wild. So it was already moving into that direction. So when it turned into that type of school, it was like, damn, it all made sense. You know what I mean? We used to have little fights and stuff. It was wild, bro. I'm talking about 4th and 5th graders. And I believe these people, it was 2 girls who got into it. And I think they're still around. And the girl stabbed her in the face, with a fork. It was like some jailhouse stuff in elementary.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so you really enlightened me with something just then, because I thought Give Hands was always the alternative school, but it was an actual elementary that was wild.
It was wild, though. I promise you, man. It was wild. Elementary students dealing with that type of stuff. So when it turned to alternative school, it only made sense. Like, okay, I see why. Shit, they already been having, people already was getting down.
Chaos is big. What was you into during? Well, what was you into growing up? Sports and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. For me, yeah, of course. I was into sports at first. Into sports, basketball. Basketball, of course. At first I didn't play for an organized team, but it's going around different neighborhoods and stuff. Just to play basketball around the Kensington Park, Corey Woods, wherever it is. You know what I mean? Just traveling for basketball. Yeah. It made sense, but as a kid, it made sense. I wasn't organized or go to Gray Middle School. After school and play basketball. That's where everybody used to meet up around the area for the most part. Go play basketball at Gray when they used to allow people to play basketball and stuff. You know what I mean? That definitely was a meeting ground. So basketball is huge. And then I say about 5th grade, that's when people from Kensington Park and my side went to Niceville together, and that's why I got exposed to like a different side of Somerville, and my mom allowed me to go to Kensington Park from my side. And then once I got to Kensington Park, that's why I found myself in Haven Oaks, Cambridge, Flowertown Village, Corey Woods. You know what I mean? She gave me an inch, and I took a mile, man. But yeah, and that's what kind of I still was into sports until about 6th grade. That's when I got introduced to rapping.
And that was the rap for that sports shit, huh?
Yeah. Well, I wrestled in 7th grade, so I wrestled in 7th grade for the Bulls wrestling team. I did it for 1 year. I didn't go back my 8th grade year. Coach Woods had wanted me to come back my 8th grade year. He's not with Dorchester County, I don't know. But still, anymore. But, he made some crazy offers as a kid. I mean, he made some crazy offers for me to come back. You know what I mean? Dude was like, hey, man, I guess I was that good. But he was like, man, I'll buy you whatever you want. I can buy you shoes. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I want you to come back. I want you to come back wrestling. I was like, nah, I'm straight, man. I'm doing the rapping thing. You know what I mean? Because people started, though I started rapping in 6th grade, people start gravitating toward my rapping.
We gonna get to that, but just finish up a couple of general questions. What is something about yourself that other people might not know?
Man, that's a good question, man. I think a lot of people don't know much about me. The thing I used to fight for later on in life was that's a great question. I wanted people to know that I was more than rap. You know what I mean? And so we used to be in social circles and people just talking about rapping the whole time.
Right.
It was like a gift and a curse to me, like, dang, bro, I do more than rap. Like, you don't know me personally. And I wish that a lot more people knew me personally, because that's the only thing people could relate to me about. And I was a quiet dude, so I was private about a lot of stuff.
Introverted?
Yeah, introverted for sure. You know what I mean? I just stayed to myself. And so I guess that comes with a gift and a curse. But outside of rap, you know, I'm really heavy into, man, I guess just, you know, people in general, black folks in general, you know what I mean? I really want to be positive as possible, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know, I don't know. Family guy, yeah, family guy. I got kids and stuff, you know what I mean? Take care of my kids, you know, do what I'm supposed to do. Family guy. I'm really business oriented.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I'm really business oriented, man. I wish people gravitate to that. I could teach somebody something. I'm always teaching somebody something, rather it's on record or off the record. You know what I mean? I'll be a person's big supporter. You know, I want to see everybody grow. That's another thing people don't know about me. I want to see people win. 'Cause I think more of us win, then it's an opportunity for more of us to win. And we can change the economics around us by doing so.
So you heavy into social work?
Yeah, social work for sure, you know. Even if it's not for me, you know, I say a win for somebody else is a win for me too as well. You know what I mean? I like to see people win.
What inspired that mindset?
Man, I think, you know, it's deep. I think just the mindset we got coming from this area too as well. You know, people say the crab in the barrel mindset, you know, people down here be hating on each other or whatever, or pulling each other down. And I think maybe it's a lost generation before us. You know what I mean? And I just think that that mindset came from nobody really helping me out, really.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody helped me out. But if I think about what I did during Full Clip days, I gave a lot of people opportunities for free. Whether I was Mr. Full Clip or not, you know what I mean? Whether that was my label or not, it still gave people opportunity. And I wanted to see, you know, when I want people to talk about them, I want people to talk about their verses and stuff, you know what I mean? And I guess just seeing that, those smiles and seeing the greatness that came out of that, rather people went separate ways and whatnot, that just kind of helped me think about helping others. And also just listen to other people like Zig Ziglar, you know what I mean? Motivational speakers, Les Brown. You know, if you help enough people get what they want, you eventually get what you want to as well. You know, so it's a win-win. But I just want to see people grow, man. And like I said, just not having that support is what leaned me to helping others. You never know. You know, life is about resources too as well, and networking.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get your first start in music? How did you begin?
Yeah, for sure. All right, so music. That's a good question. So, all right, so it's a funny story, really. So, like I said, middle school. So,
Right.
middle school, I remember this like yesterday. Middle school, first day of school, I seen this guy. First day of school, I seen this guy in like 6th grade, in front of the 6th grade hallway at the Bowls, and he been all hugged up with a girl and stuff. And I've been like, man, I said, what this dude think he doing, bro? We in middle school, man. What this dude think he adult or something like that? Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I don't like this dude, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're like, bro, we kids, bro. And then next thing you know, I go home, and my sister's like, she talking to my cousin, and she like, hey, did you see yada yada yada? You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, I don't know who he is. And then and she told me who she described him or whatnot, or told us to meet at a meeting spot, something like that. And it ended up being the same dude, which ended up being my cousin. He was already on rap. And I was like, and me and him both think the same thing. He said, when we talk about the story, he said, man, I ain't like you either. I was like, shut. You know what I'm saying? So we both felt the same way. But when I got to his house, I remember me and my other cousin, we got to his house. That's the first time we ever united, you know what I mean?
Right.
And 3 cousins. First time we ever united when in his house. And he was like, yo, you freestyle? I was like, bro, nah, I don't freestyle. And he played like some Cash Money records and stuff. I don't know. It was like Soldier Rag or something like that. We was freestyling on top of Soldier Rags, and he had Big Timers, How You Love That, stuff I didn't have, you know what I mean? And we was freestyle on top of that right there. He's like, bro, you pretty good, man. And I was like, all right, cool.
So what was, not to cut you off, so what was the type of stuff that you had?
Bro, you talking about rap?
Yeah, as far as music. So you saying that
didn't.
you was listening to your cousin Cash Money and stuff, and you didn't really have that. So what did you have?
I didn't have nothing. Rap wasn't an inspiration. I didn't think about rap
At all?
until I met him.
So what was music an inspiration at all?
I used to like music, but I never listened.
Care
You know what I'm saying?
about
My brother used to listen to Up North music.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So my brother used to listen to Up North music. That's all I heard.
That's it. So it really wasn't even a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
Okay.
It wasn't a thing. You know, wrestling, prior to that, wrestling.
And basketball.
Basketball. you know, come home from school watching what's it called, like the classic basketball, the black and white Jones with Wilt Chamberlain and all kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Watching the Michael Jordan, I Believe I Can Fly tape and go in the backyard and practicing these moves. That was my thing, you know what I'm saying? Until I met him. And then when he said that, yo, you freestyle pretty well, I was like, all right, bet. And I want to say we probably recorded a song or so. And then
Damn, who had the setup?
it was like a tape recorder.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
throwback, you know what I'm saying? Like a tape recorder or something like that. You know what I mean? I think we probably record ourselves on like his mom tape recorder, you know, probably one of those little tape recorders, a little flat joint, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't know, I think that just kind of geared me up. Like, okay, I really didn't think I was good at rapping, to be honest with you. I used to say whatever. I didn't know how to write. I used to write crap, but I write it, but when time to rap on a beat, it was messy. But then sixth grade, and my cousin Keezy, he had took his aunt's tape recorder. He took her tape recorder, he brought it to the house, and that's when I recorded my first ever tape. And I had a song on there called Ricky Tikki Tavi, based on the book I learned in school. You know, Ricky Tikki Tavi, a little story. And I was like, Ricky Tikki Tavi, born Rocky. And I went to Maxwell. You know, we had Maxwell to buy alone. I got like the little 30-minute tapes, you know what I mean, for like $1. You probably like 6 of them for like $1, something crazy. A little 30-minute, 15 minutes on one side, 15 minutes on the other side. And I took it to school. And man, just that response I got from the people at school, man, changed everything.
What inspired you to make a tape and then like actually take it to school for other people to hear?
Man, I think my cousin boosted me. He boosted me. But I was like, dang, I need to take it to some people and see if this thing for real or not. See if I really got it or not. And then just having that response from the people, I just went out there and took a risk pretty much, you know what I mean? Like it became, all right, let me see if I got it. And then next thing you know, they was like, damn, yeah, you rap. You rap. And I went from rapping on tapes to freestyling doing Courtyard. Back then, you know, catching the freestyle doing Courtyard.
Oh, yeah.
And that really increased my social circle as well. And that's when, you know, people really started picking up, okay, yeah. You know, back then I was going by Deep, 'cause I was quiet. And they said, look, he don't say much, but when he speak, is deep. so I took that name Deep, you know what I mean? So a lot of people used to know me as Deep back then. Yeah.
So I met you as a producer.
Yeah, for sure.
When did that
for sure
come into
Yeah,
play?
for sure. Yeah, that's a good question right there. So producing.
Oh, let me ask a question first. Is that further down the line?
Yeah, for not too far, but further down the line.
Okay, go ahead and give the story.
All right, yeah. All right, so here it is. You know, 6th grade, I'm rapping on other beats. The beats that's on the internet. I'm not sure. So obviously downloaded on the internet, LimeWire and stuff, Napster stuff was coming out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody had the same beats. So my cousin, he was in a group too as well, the same one that taught me how to, you know, well, showed me rap and freestyle, whatever. I won't say taught me. He was with some older guys. And so when he'd come by the house, he'd bring me the beats that they've been using. But everybody had the same beats, man. Everybody had the same beats. By 7th grade, what we did, 7th grade, we did a take. Oh, that's another too. Well, let me take it back. So by 7th grade, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? I rap, and then I remember for Christmas, my dad used to give us like $200 for Christmas. $200 for starting school, $200 for Christmas. I was so invested by them, by freestyling, you know, Courtyard, people surround and stuff, you know what I mean, surrounding us and stuff, freestyling, you know what I mean? And to a point, I was like, you know, I must be really doing this thing for real, to where I remember the Crutchfield magazine came out. My brother used to get the Crutchfield joint. And I saw the radio, Iowa, or something like that. And it said, you could convert tapes to CD on a radio. I said, look, man, usually Christmas would be jeans from Vibes, what was called in the mall, well, you know, changed the name so many times, $20 jeans and white t-shirts, Soldieries, you know what I mean? That's $200 a day, I'm good. You know what I mean? 2 pairs of Soldieries and white t-shirts, you know, at Foot Locker, 5 for 20, whatever it was, you know what I mean? And the $20 jeans, I get 5 for those for 100. So you talking about $200, that's about broken down right there, you know? 5 for the jeans, 5 jeans, 20, plus the $20 shirts from Foot Locker, that's 5 t-shirts, plus the Soldieries, like 2 for 60, something like that. You know what I'm saying? They're a little $20 extra. But long story short, I was like, Dad, I want that right there. I don't want clothes. So
Smart investment.
yeah, facts. So the next thing you know, I'm the kid at the school converting tapes into CD. So now I'm bringing my CDs to school in 7th grade. Bringing my CDs.
Where did it? Wait, man. Look, man. 7th grade.
7th grade.
You are
No computer.
industrious enough to know that, hey, fuck the vibe pants. Let me get this
Yeah.
piece of equipment
Facts.
that is an asset that can
Change the game.
build. It changed the game for you. Hard capital.
Yeah.
Who put this in you, my nigga?
That's a good question, man. I don't know. I think the amount of people that was around me and believed in me made a difference. You know what I mean? Because to me, I wasn't that good, but I was getting recognized for my rapping. You know what I mean? People was surrounding me. You know what I mean? At school or whatnot.
So it was something in your head that clicked.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to do this,
Yeah.
then I need to do this.
Yeah, do this. And I knew I need to separate myself from the race because everybody still had Walkmans back then. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, how can I separate myself from the race? I was like, damn, nobody got their damn own CD. You know what I mean? I ain't got no computer back then. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I need this because I don't have a computer. I got a tape recorder, a microphone hanging up from the ceiling, and we making tapes. It's time to convert those tapes onto a Walkman. So instead of the portable CD player, so I can skip these records instead of they rewinding and fast forwarding. You know what I mean?
Just
Because
simple necessity.
facts. 'Cause I know Nelly. I mean, I'm not sure Nelly was around, but I know all the rest of the stuff. Everybody else in the industry has CDs. Why can't I? You know what I mean? So that's why I did, and that really brought a new audience to it. Well, now people want. I'm like, yo, man, I can turn your tape into a CD. So people's coming around, deep, man, can I get a tape? I mean, you know what I'm saying? How much you charge to do a tape to a CD? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we do that like one day freestyle and stuff, man. But you asked about the beats. So the beat thing came about when I met the homie G Code. G Code got kicked out of Austin. You know what I mean? G Code, he be around, you know what I'm saying? G Code, not sure if y'all know him, but so G Code came around. G Code.
Shout out G Code.
Yeah, G Code. Yeah. I've been no G Code, bro. Been no G Code, man. We go back. Still in contact. You know what I mean? But G Code got expelled from Austin. He got expelled from Austin and came to the Bulls. I don't know. We just clicked, man. You know what I'm saying? We just clicked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the word. We just clicked instantly. I mean, I guess shit. I'm black, he black. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we clicked. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need. They didn't know much about them. And then we exchanged numbers back then. You know what I mean? Ain't no texting and stuff every day. You know what I mean? Exchanged numbers. G Cole was like a year older than me, 2 years older than me. I don't know. But this dude, me on the phone. This dude playing some stuff in the background. I'm like, bro, what the hell is that? Dude on the keyboard, Casio. Drums, keys, everything.
God damn.
Producing.
And y'all niggas is in the 7th and 8th grade.
Facts. True story, bro.
Keep going.
True story. G Code, I'm like, bro, this dude got his own beats, bro. What the hell? I'm rapping on other people's beats. I got the tapes converted to the CDs. But I'm thinking like, damn, okay. I see how we could work something out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So G Code, you know what I'm saying, beats that he ain't using once again, he used to bring me tapes that he produced on, and then I rap on them beats, whatever, but it was his style, whatever. G Code the producer too, but a lot of people know that joke. So G Code was producing and he was rapping. G Code still had the same style that he got now. He never changed. And the name of G Code back then too, Will. And then next thing you know, G Code was in summer school. I remember he had a beat machine, a Boss beat machine. He went to summer school at Gray Middle School, and they told him he can't have a beat machine. I guess he was making beats during class and stuff. And he then brought the beat machine to my house, because my house was not near, it was like nearby, I think during the intermission where you got like an hour break, whatever, between the morning and the afternoon class and stuff like that. He brought it to my house, said, hey bro, you can hold this for here, man. They told me I can't have it. And that's the first time I had a beat machine in my possession. And around that time, I know Lay Low was one of the hardest beats I heard from Snoop Dogg, Master.
That's a hard ass.
Hey, I wanted to do that right there, you know what I mean?
I believe that's Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre, exactly. Yeah, I wanted to do that right there. So I didn't know nothing about BPMs, none of that stuff right there. So I just mess around, press all kind of keys and stuff, slap bass, all kind of stuff, man. But that was the first time I ever made a beat. But I saw the potential in doing so. the beat wasn't the way I wanted to come out because I didn't know nothing about BPMs and stuff, you know what I mean? I just been pressing keys and then played it back and it was some crazy stuff, man, but I still rapped on it, you know what I mean? And that changed. That brought me to, introduced me to producing right there, man. I was like, man, I can do that right there.
What you like better, producing or rapping?
That's a good question. So they both had its trials, you know what I mean? At the same time, I learned about producing, like, even then I didn't see myself as a producer. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Talking about during that time period, 7th, 8th grade. So, I got introduced to Fruit Loops by one of my white homies. Got introduced to the Fruit Loops. I didn't have a computer, like I said. I didn't have a computer. He did. And he was trying to show me Fruit Loops at his crib, man. Didn't get a computer until about 7th grade, man. 7th grade, finally got a family computer, took over that, download Fruit Loops. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Me and my cousin Keezy, we used to spend hours on it, you know what I mean? He didn't care too much about it. I was like, bro, I'm tired of rapping on everybody else's beats. I need to figure this thing out. You know what I mean? I used to have like a super long pattern. And also Fruit Loops, people was like, man, Fruit Loops, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that techno joint, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna figure this thing out.
Yeah.
9th grade came about. 9th grade came about, man. Still trying to figure this thing out. I had some beats. You know, high school coming about, you got a different crowd. You know, people got cars and all kind of stuff. I'm making these bass type beats, you know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. Homie Freak had the dang 15s and the Caprice and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Making beats for that right there. He used to play it, you know what I'm saying? They try to rap on it, but I couldn't rap on my beats back then. I had beats, but I couldn't rap on it, you know what I mean? It was like a bunch of noise kind of so, but some stuff would sound pretty solid until that summer, man. That summer in 9th grade, I learned everything, man. I learned how to write. I learned what 16 bars, 12 bars was. I learned a format on how to write, and I also learned how to make beats and make it sound good.
So both of them had challenges coming up that attracted you to it.
Yeah, for sure. I like the challenge. You know, I didn't have phones. You know, I didn't have a cell phone, none of that. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't running around, you know, the streets trying to figure out what's going on, see where everybody at, you know what I mean? It was, when I got a computer, it sat me down some. It sat me down, and also just people embracing me. It sat me down like, okay, maybe I got something that can bring the people in. You know what I mean?
So I'm figuring around 9th grade is the point where it's like, all right, I got something here.
Yeah.
Let me shape this into a career. Or was that the time? Or was it
that's for sure. That's when it got serious then, 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? Summer of 9th grade.
So explain serious to the people.
Serious.
What does serious look like?
It got serious. I started knowing what I was doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? The beats started to sound like beats. See, the instruments, I know how to find it. I'm making beats. And it's like, okay, yeah. What you had before was dope. We thought that was dope. But now I can rap to my beats. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my cousin that I mentioned earlier, he introduced me to sounds that I wasn't familiar with. Like I said, my brother used to listen to Up North music. He introduced me to 3 6 Mafia, Cash Money. You know what I mean? A more underground sound, but it was something reachable though. You know what I mean? So my beats was very similar to that Memphis style. You know what I mean? It was very similar to that Memphis style. I also developed my voice. I first heard Play It Fly. I was like, yeah, I can do that. Funk and Bump. When I first heard Funk and Bump, I was like, yeah, I can do that right there. And it was on after that right there. That's how Full Clip was created, based on that. I should say emulation or similarity to 3 6 Mafia, you know what I mean?
So what is Full Clip?
Full Clip, yeah, for sure. Full Clip Records, man. Full Clip Records. Man, I want to say it, and hopefully I don't get no slack for this, man.
You might.
Yeah, I know.
But fuck it, though. You gotta stand on business.
Stay on business, man. Stay on the truth,
Keep
man.
on pushing.
Yeah, stay on the truth, man. Full Clip really changed the sound. I think Full Clip changed the sound for Somerville, man. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, I think it also changed the sound for the local scene. And, you know, I got receipts for it. But Full Clip Records was my record label that I started. In 9th grade, second year of 9th grade, I said second year, all truthfulness, you know what I mean? I went to summer school, missed more than 2 days on food, say, hey, man. You gotta repeat this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess 10th grade, you know what I mean? But that summer, that changed a lot, man. And Full Clip happened that day I went back to school. I remember freestyling and in the social circle of freestyle, and everybody look at me like I was weird when I heard freestyle, and I was like, okay, bet, I got it. I need that right there. So I went from being, back up a little, so I went from being known for what I do to niggas look at me like I'm crazy for what I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they thought like, man, this dude wrote this right here or something like that. You know what I mean? And that's why I started recruiting. I said I'm not recruiting y'all though.
Right.
I recruited. I started. Who started this month? So my cousin. So yeah, I started recruiting. So I like bet. I started recruiting. So the group started with me, and my cousin. So Deuce, same cousin I talking about earlier. So you got Deuce. You got my cousin Brian. He's called Terra C. You got my cousin Pookie, who called Keezy Boy. You know what I mean? That was the first three. Then you got Zariel, who came around. You know what I'm saying? He came around. Ziggy, he came around. You know what I'm saying? His loyalty was enough. You know what I mean? So he kept him around. And that's what started with those four. And then I was like, bro, everybody not available like that. Started going around school, listening to different people rap. And that's when I found Matt Corleone. You know what I'm saying? Little Matt. Spike. You know what I'm saying? Found Spike. Then you got Big Hurt. You know, the list goes on, man. And we created Full Clip out for that right there. You know what I mean? The list goes on. And Full Clip was this big old thing at Somerville High School where people were screaming in the hallway, Full Clip! Full Clip! To where a lot of people want to be part of Full Clip. You got people claiming Full Clip, want to be part of Full Clip. But I was on my boss type stuff, you know what I mean? So it was like, man, and everybody like, bro, you got to rap. You got to rap for Rodney in order to be part of Full Clip. But I still have my main members. And, man, we was just putting in work every day, man, putting in work. We took it serious. You know, I looked up to some moguls out there, man, and at a young age, man, I was taking that joint serious, man. You know what I'm saying? Cats who didn't know how to rap, I was showing them how to rap. You know, making the beats, recording on a home computer in the living room. You know what I mean? And the more and more, it was like a workout every day after school. But the more and more we did it, the better and better I got, and the better they got, and the better they understood the craft. But it was a big deal, man. It was a big deal.
So when did it transition from in the house recording to studio?
Yeah, for sure.
Me in the studio doing this thing here.
Yeah, for sure. It was always in the house. It was in the house, man. It was in the house. Computer microphone. You know what I mean? Started with a computer microphone. You know, Piranha. He had brought his microphone, whatever. I think he had a job or something like that. You know what I mean? So if he had a computer mic too, well, we stopped using the regular microphone and started doing a computer microphone. But I was, you know, though it was Fruit Loops, we didn't record on Fruit Loops. We used Acid Pro. We had the demo at first. So the demo will give you, 9-10 tracks?
Something like that.
Yeah, for sure. So one track was the beat, and then we used to stack out vocals. And so, like, two people will ride the same track, two people, you know, vice versa. But if someone on the end messed up, then we got to redo the whole thing. You know what I mean? But it always been serious. And eventually, we moved up to, you know, equipment and stuff. And, you know, I turned a room into the house into a studio, you know, for sure. But
so instead of going out and putting money in other people's studios, it was about putting money in my own investment. Yeah. So it's always been pretty much an independent operation from the jump.
Yeah, for sure. Always.
With Sweet.
Always. Because my mind used to work like this. I didn't want to put my stuff or go to somebody else's studio. What if I wake up with an idea?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Boom.
I always want to get up and create an idea. I don't want to wait to get to the studio to make a beat. I want to wake up, get up, record any hours of the day. You know what I'm saying? At my own will, in my own establishment. So it always been in-house. That sound crazy too well back then. But we was competing, I believe. We was competing. You know, we had different groups out there. And I when I say competing, I never saw myself as a competitor with the local scene. I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I found myself competing with the industry. You know what I mean? I never saw myself as a competitor towards the local scene. You know what I mean? I never saw myself as a threat. I always found myself to be supportive of anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, there was some controversy. You know what I mean? You know, people wanted to pull me away from Full Clip. I'm like, bro, this is mine.
Yeah.
This is mine, bro. This is mine. But it was a beautiful thing. I thought it really brought people together. You know, allowed me to network with different people. Like you said, that's how I met you too, well, which I knew you prior to that, knew of you prior to that. But then I felt honored when you finally rapped on, you know what I'm saying, one of my beats, you know what I mean? And so, and then met De Niro as well. It started bringing people to my mom's house, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was about to ask that question. I was like, your mom had to be real supportive
it's
of
crazy.
what you had going on because I'm pretty sure a cast of characters came through.
Look, that's facts. So it was gaining so much attraction. And I think one day when I think people found out I know Zario found out how I live, where I live, because I used to ride a bus, Haven Notes too as well. And one time we had a substitute bus driver, and the bus driver took Central instead of taking Orangeburg Road. I used to be the last stop. It took Central first and made me the first stop, and everybody on the bus saw where I live at. And guess what happened after that? People started knocking at your door. The whole bus know you live there. You like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, bro. Everybody know I live at now. You know what I'm saying? I live on the main highway. Yeah. And so, but that thing was growing so much attraction. You had different people knocking at your door, man. People knocking at my mama's door. That's when I met De Niro. We family and stuff, you know what I mean? But we didn't know each other prior to that, you know what I mean? I remember my sister like, somebody at the door. And I was like, who this? And he's like, I go outside. Yeah, I'm your cousin. You know what I'm saying? De Niro, you know what I'm saying? Bet. You know what I mean? And that's how it was. And I got a funny story about that too, Will. But still, he wasn't the only person. That's how I met, Zario too. Will Zario, he went to school and stuff. You know what I mean? It was Ziggy. You know what I mean? Like, he did his own thing. You know what I mean? And he found out I rap. Next thing you know, somebody knock at my door. My sister's like, "Hey, somebody at your door. Here it is, him." You know what I'm saying? You got Karan, same thing. Karan, same thing with him. The list goes on, man. How many people knocked at my mama's door?
Boy, when you got that crack, they coming, boy.
They coming, bro. I mean, you got a two-way situation. You got the beats, you got the rap, and the recordings going on. You know what I'm saying? So people coming for all different situations. And so my mom was. I don't think this would have happened if I had a different mom. I promise you that. Because we used to have the house packed, bro. House packed, full of dudes, man. My grandma would come over there, sit in the living room. I'm in the den. We in the living room rapping, bro. I'm talking about.
And we say, I know the words that came out my mouth.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was cussing.
But
I think my mom cared more about us not being in the streets, though.
And
that's what's more important to her. You know what I mean? Like, no other mom would allow that to happen, but she did. And I thank her for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I understood the assignment. And I think about all the people that was there. A lot of brothers still around. And I knew people came around as a haven. Because people had all kinds of stuff. You see, a lot of characters come to my, you know what I'm saying, came to my mom's house. People with charges, all kind of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
But cats came in to recuperate, bro. Because they know it was a sanction. It was a place of peace, comfort. You know what I'm saying? They could just go off the grid and chill at my crib. You know what I mean? And I had all kind of people from different sides of Sunville. People didn't even know each other. People from Charleston come over there. It's like, it was really like some family type stuff. You know what I mean? And people really got to network and know each other, man. And it was all trust and love, and we made some great music out of that.
So eventually Full Clip ended. You get older.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you move on to go to college or anything like that?
Full Clip. So what happened with Full Clip? So we had Full Clip Records, and then we had so Full Clip ended up merging with Cut Boys, Rob Lowe, T-Man, you know what I mean, T-Real, you know what I'm saying? A couple of them guys, they ended up merging with Full Clip, and then because it was a difference in it, like we went from Full Clip was more underground, Get Fact and music moving to like a more commercial scene, you know what I mean? It got much deeper. We started going out, venturing out, was working with some people from Charleston and stuff too as well. But to answer your question, Full Clip just everybody's pretty much went their own separate ways. You know what I mean? Went their separate ways. Mac had his thing going on. You know what I mean? He had, I think, I forgot the name of his label he had going on. You know, he had wanted to learn it. You know, and so, it was all love whenever that decision was made. And people kind of just merge off and went into their own little packs of who they was gonna roll with. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, ended up being me and like Piranha or something like that. You know what I mean? It was cool, but also I started having kids. Family happened.
Yeah.
Didn't want everybody to come to my crib. You know what I mean? I was more private because I just felt like it was best for my kids to be more private. You know what I mean? And then I started focusing on the records that I want to do, which was different than the group, because the group was a Chrome, South, you know what I'm saying, type group.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, we was making some records, you know what I'm saying, tear the club up type stuff, you know what I mean, or whatever. But I wanted to do something more knowledge-based information, you know what I mean, that I don't think everybody else would have got. And it was some questioning when I was trying to do it with Full Clip and Ghetto Factory Music. But yeah, whenever I venture off to myself, I start doing the music I want to do.
What was that journey like? Like, how did you get to that point from the crunk music to the more conscious
Yeah.
type of music that you wanted to make? Or was you always an artist like that, but just due to the circumstance?
Yeah, due to the circumstance. Due to the circumstance. The circumstance was teachable. The first beginning was teachable. Knowledge is based on growth. You know what I mean? And what you want to do and how you see your audience. I got slack. They said we was too commercial. They said I was too commercial at the time being. But that's what rap was. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, you got Franchise Boys, you got 3 6 Mafia, you got D4L, the Snap Music era and stuff, you know what I mean? I think I would start from a bigger perspective than local scene, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do what Charleston was doing. That's nothing too well I meant to mention. When I made my beats, man, I had a different sound. Charleston had the, you know what I'm saying? They had like a certain little snare thing going on, pop shop, you know what I mean? Like during this time, you gotta think about Y'all Boy Look Here and think about that beat right there. I had my style, and I never wanted to do it the way they did it. You know what I mean? And that's why I say I believe I changed the formula and the format for the music locally, because it was different. Charleston had their trademark, you know what I mean? Not naming artists and stuff. But I do remember a time where I was at Satoma, and pop a local artist or two pulled up on me and give me a stack of their CDs and say it passes out. And I had my Full Clip record CD in there, and they was getting production done by a very known producer in the Charleston area. Because Charleston had their sound, we go to the CD and see the difference. And then once that exchange happened, Charleston music changed too well. You know what I mean? Because there was times when people like, dang, I didn't know that was y'all. I didn't know that was y'all. Or nothing mentioned. We didn't have CD covers.
Yeah.
Handwritten, you know what I mean? Handwritten. But yeah, the conscious thing, man, yeah, I just did my thing, you know what I'm saying? I think I had a lot more stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? Music became more therapeutic. You know, it always been therapeutic for me. You know what I mean? Even Full Clip, I talked about life situations that people didn't understand then, but now they kind of understand. They listen to the old record, like, okay, dang, I didn't know you was talking about that and that. You know, on social media, I'm more outspoken about the things I was talking about. They didn't understand it. But me doing my own thing allowed me to be more therapeutic and really reach a different audience than what was being exposed to before.
Simple question.
Yeah.
What are you trying to get across with your music now? Like, what is the message that Sway is trying to...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, you know, Sway, you know, I'm just, you know, for the people, man. You know what I mean? Like, I be like, I'm for the people. Like, that's easy to say, for the people. I think everything I say, every bar I write is intentional. You know what I mean? Rather it's a story about my life, you know what I mean? That could be personal. Like, people like, I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? Somebody, that's you know, I had a song called Miss My Mama. You know, some people may not care about that crap. You know what I'm saying? But it's my testament. And I just felt like when all this is over, I want to make sure I have something that's reachable for my children. Rather it's worth $1 million or $2, it's still something they could go back to and say, that was my dad. You know what I mean? And then maybe later on down the line, somebody might say, dang, bro, this dude was ahead of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being ahead of the time. It could be just simple knowledge or whatever information. You know what I mean? And I just know that sometimes information is in the books, a lot of times. But a lot of people ain't gonna open the books to read it, but they listen to a song.
Yeah. Or watch a TV or watch a movie.
Yeah, facts.
And think that they're watching reality.
Yeah, for sure. So that's what I want to do, you know. I just want to be me at the end of the day. I don't want to be nobody else. I don't try to be nobody else. I always try to stick to myself, stick to my script. Rather people like it or not, that's another thing. I stand on my own. It's not for everybody to like. but just know that, hey, I'm here, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I don't see myself, I don't see my music disappearing. You know what I mean? It may get discredited. It may not be understood. It may not be a fan favorite. I'm not trying to reach for the local scene. I'm trying to look for, I'm trying to make just, like I said, like, leave footprints on the sand, you know what I mean? So when it's time to search it 10, 20 years later, they're like, dang, you know what I mean? Just never know what audience going to find it. Somebody might discover 10 years from now, I'm like, damn, bro, this dude really was, you know what I'm saying? He really was, dang, making some records, bro.
Are you still like active in the scene, or are you more seclusive with how you release your music and things like that?
Yeah. So I'm more seclusive, and I always been that way. You know what I mean? Always been that way. I don't know. I just, of course, you know, early a lot of people didn't know I dealt with heavy social anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, I was the crokest one of the group, but I dealt with heavy and social anxiety and stuff. So I do believe that my social anxiety held me back from a lot of situations on the group as well. But I never prayed or asked for something bigger than what I have.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just was good at it. You know what I mean? So most of it is just to motivate and inspire others around me. Once again, it's that same thing you asked me from the beginning. I just want to inspire somebody and lift somebody. Rather, I'm your spotting partner. Don't mean I'm trying to be Mr. Olympics. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympics. I might just have the same physique or even better physique than you. But look, bro, I'll give it to you. I will teach you. I will put you on game. Because, you know, my mission is something different. But I'm just good at what I do. But it just, yeah, I'm more quiet. You know what I mean? Can I network better? I did network better one time. And sometimes I live in my own head a lot of times. And I'm more of a visual type person, and I can't take offense that a lot of people don't see the vision. You know, I reach out to many artists on local scene, trying to get them a vision, and did they run with it? No. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I'll produce for you, I'll write for you, I'll record you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in you, but did they take the offer? No.
No.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's why I just be like, I just do my own thing.
Yeah, the question I was about to ask next was about to be like, if a artist was to get in contact with you, what part of the game would you be more inclined to help with them with? You know, like, would you be more inclined to produce for them? Would you be more inclined to, you know, like, rap with them? But you making that statement about, like, you have been trying to work with motherfuckers, just ain't getting with the program.
For sure.
So, all right, I understand 100% where you're coming from when you say that.
Yeah. So at that standpoint, I don't produce no more. I don't produce anymore. I actually think my beats was like amazing just as well as I believe my rapping is amazing. I don't produce no more because I think that the production side is oversaturated with a lot of producers, man. And it don't matter how good you are. No, you're not supposed to give up on that talent or whatnot. But people really don't care about that no more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I saw a video the other day. We were talking about how I think Tank was talking about. He said Rich Homie, so I guess he talking about Rich Homie Quan told him he working too much on his talent or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's more simplified. And so I don't think my production.
That's depressing to me.
Yeah.
To hear a comment like that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's another thing too about the game now. But I think my production was very dope. I think I had my own sound to it well. But now people kind of go with the trendy sound. You know what I mean? I always try to stick to my script, stick to myself. But if somebody reach out to me for production, if it's really necessary, I could get back to producing. You know what I mean? Because I think I got some amazing production and creativity. You know, things that we see in Kanye West, I believe, or Kanye West or whoever. I used to study these guys, Dr. Dre and things like that right there. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people didn't hear my work after Full Clip too much, but I really had heavy production. I'm heavy into artistry, being creative when it comes down to music, thinking of different situations. I used to do things, you know, you hear stories now about people sitting in a room and trying to understand the artist. I used to do that. I used to ask an artist, I did produce a few solo albums and whatnot, solo songs and whatnot, and I said, bro, I need to download what you got. I need that vision. I need to meditate on you as an artist so I can produce for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like that type of person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really got to feel what you got going on, hang around you for a little bit, talk to you for a little bit, to see exactly where we could go with it. But if somebody wants something, hey man, we get a verse from me. If you want to get a verse, that's cool. Rather you want production, that's cool. If you want some advice, that's cool too. Well, or you just want some support, hey bro, I'm 100% there to support you as well.
How do you feel about the shift from, you know, producers being more hands-on with an artist to the basically the playlist type way the game has changed now?
It saddens me. It saddens me, no lie. It saddens me. It saddens me a lot because you got people who are talented who just kind of like being at the bottom of the barrel, you know what I mean? Looking past those guys, you know what I mean? So I think the producers now is like everybody playing safe. Everybody doing the same thing, trendiness. There's no originality. Back then, it was cool that you knew what Jermaine Dupri beat, Swiss Beats, Dr. Dre, Timbaland, Scott Storch, DJ Premier, RZA. Like, you knew what everybody did, and they stuck to who they were. They didn't change. Even rap was the same way. Now, everybody just playing it safe, and the radio is spinning the safe stuff, man, instead of the stuff that really is original. You know what I mean? So that's the part that's bittersweet to me about this game. And I know I was told that, you know, or not told, but saw a video which made sense. It's not even about talent no more, it's about marketing. You know what I mean? And that's the sad part. So where does the game go after this right here?
That's a good question. Because
if you saying if I overmarket you, I will make it. What happens to the talented people who understand the punchlines or the double entendres and, you know, things of that right there and how to put words together versus the person who's going there to say some stuff, make a hit song, and go on tomorrow?
I guess, man, you got to readjust your perspective of what success is, man. At one point in time, being at the top of the game came with platinum records and millions of dollars. Well, that time is over. Now being at the top of the game might just be the, you know, couple 100,000 followers, and, you know, you're able to perform and tour, and you just gotta have integrity, I guess, to stick to your guns and be who you are as an artist. And you know, I guess that's the only thing that I got for you on that one, bro, because yeah. It ain't no going back.
There ain't no going back, yeah, for sure.
There ain't no going back. So you gotta adjust to what's going on now. And like you say, it is rather cookie cutter, man.
Yeah.
Cut and paste, you know.
For sure.
You go online and type in Metro Boomin type beat, and you'll get 1,000 type beats that sound like Metro fucking Boomin.
Yeah, for sure.
Is Metro Boomin the only one that's getting the money though? You know,
yeah,
but
that's facts.
The real
facts.
money.
That's facts.
So it's a dirty goddamn game, but we love it, man. Where do you think the line is drawn at between love and just like, hey man, I got to step away from this because it's just too ridiculous?
Yeah. That's a good question. You know, I'm more. Nah, that's a great question. I'm one of those people that rather live with integrity or whatever, vice versa. You know what I mean? I just want a person I'm an integral person. You know what I mean? I think somebody got to fight for it. And I ain't saying I'm no advocate or whatnot, but I'm just one of the people who rather stand on what I believe. And what I believe in this game is like I'm an integral person, but my integrity could cost me millions of dollars. You know what I mean? If it's about the money. At the end of the day, I don't know if I could do what everybody do for $1 million. I'd rather just be myself. And if it make me that $1 million, so what? If it don't, so what? I'm still cool with my integrity being solid. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, this game has changed, has shifted. You know what I mean? These kids now, you know, they grew up with damn tablets and phones in their hands, so they know how to work this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They know how to manipulate the game. If it's manipulation, they know how to market. You know what I mean? I just think they're more advanced now. So these guys, you know, a lot of these guys could get overnight success, like, you know what I'm saying, within a few days, a few months, or just one single or whatnot. You know what I mean? Doesn't make their song better than what other artists who not popping do or whatnot. No, I don't think so. It's just a matter of marketing And if you want to make it, you got to just go with the flow. Unfortunately, I believe that's the way it is now.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to work that algorithm.
Yeah, algorithm for sure.
Cause it's not about musicianship.
Nah.
So I mean, we in a funny spot, man. Funny place. And then, you know, at the end of the day, they'll be like, man, y'all just some old niggas who talking shit, you know? And it's like,
sure.
I swear I don't want to be that. Like, I mean, I dig it. I like the music is the same shit. So it's not it's for me personally, it's not like the message has changed so much over time the way I'm not understanding what's being said or what they're saying. It's just that the way we're consuming it has changed so much that it's like, man, goddamn, I can't even enjoy what's going on because it's over so quick.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And, you know.
That's good. For real. And that's the difference now. It's over so quick.
It's over quick.
It's over quick. Where they sample these records, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, like I say, I'm not trying to sound the old head or whatnot, you know what I mean? But it's the truth. And you got certain people who grew up in hip hop and rap and really cherish it. It was our baby. It was something that we did after school, listen while we walking down the street. To now, it's like, damn, the joint just go so quick. On to the next.
So quick, and it's a lack of respect for it, you know? It's so accessible to you that you just don't really know what you got. We went through so much to make our music, to produce our music, and that's just on a fucking local level. We're not even talking about what the big boys did. And think about that. We were trying to do that on a local level. And nowadays, man, anybody can just throw it on and it's not, lost in translation.
Yeah, for sure. But now it's like, hey, I don't know, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, for me, I'm not, it doesn't do much for me now, like the music or whatnot. I just know that rap back then created memories. When we talk about different stories, it create memories. I don't think now it creates memories. You know what I mean?
You know what, man? Keep on pushing interviews. We're not gonna end this on a sour note. What does it for my man right now? What does do it for you? What's the positive thing that's driving Sway right now?
Yeah. Man, I just love what I do. I know what I'm doing is good. You know what I mean? This year right here, I released 2 records. Did Pray For Me and then the God Don't Like Ugly. And what I did this year that I didn't do in a long time was reach out to other artists as features. So you know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing about the God Don't Like Ugly album is that I really got, I don't have all the support from the Ville, but I do have the Ville on it, you know what I mean? So I went back to my roots and so it's really a beautiful album to me just for that alone, you know what I mean? So yeah, so just pushing that right there, pushing that record, videos coming soon to it, well, you know, and just networking and being more sociable and just figuring out how to work the system to work in my favor. Rather it's you know, just recognition. That's all. Recognition. Just want people to hear good, solid music, and if I could walk away right now and say, hey, at least I put down some great music for the Ville, and I'd be good with it. You know what I mean? Or just a hip hop in general, you know what I mean? Or rap in general. Like, hey, I did a solid album. I don't know about everybody else, but cool. I'm good with that.
Word. We getting towards the end of the interview, man. Do you want to, you know, give any shouts out to the people, let the people know what you got going on, how they can get in contact with you professionally?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, those type things as we head on out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can reach out to me, Sway4. So it's Sway4, so number 4, IV@gmail.com. If you want to feature, you can reach out to me on these shows or booking or whatnot. You can reach out to me there. Find me on social media, Sway4843, Facebook and YouTube as well. I'm there. Not on Instagram yet. TikTok not on there yet, but it will be coming soon. But I'm available. Reach out to me for features. Like I said, productions, or just you know, just want to reach out and follow me. That's cool.
All right. It's your boy Rio, Sway4. Keep on pushing interviews. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through, talking to us, man, giving us your story, letting us know what inspired you and what you got going on and all of those good things. Much success to you, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
Couldn't see my dream, couldn't see my vision. Old school brawler, call me Sonny Liston.